Okay, record now. Okay, a stone is projected vertically upwards. Vertically upwards means that gravity's working against it, so the acceleration is going to be minus gravity. Has an initial speed of u. It rises to 70 meters in the first t seconds, and then another 50 meters in the next t seconds. Find the value of u. I'm just going to draw a quick picture before I leave this part here. Okay, so it starts off with u. Okay, it goes upwards. Okay, and then the first first 70 meters. Okay, it travels in t seconds, and then it travels another 50. That's what's expected, isn't it? Because the stone is getting slower. The longer it goes for, the slower it gets, so it covers less distance in the same time. Find the value of u and the value of t. Okay, so that's grand. Let's do this. We got all our information here anyway, so it doesn't look much, but we'll show you here. Okay, so to draw a better diagram of this, it's going up like this. Okay, and up, down. 70. We don't even know if it's stopping after the next 50, do we? It doesn't say anything about max height, so this diagram isn't even that accurate. Okay, and u starts off, so it starts off with u. So u meters per second, right? So I think we're just going to write down our UVAS system. Okay, so let's do UVAS for the first t seconds. So for the first t seconds, we'll do our UVAS. U, V, A, S, and T. U equals U. V equals no idea. A equals minus 9.8 or minus gravity. Okay, S equals 70, and T equals T. Okay, this is an interval question, isn't it? What's the golden rule about interval questions? Okay, so A, B, and C, let's call it. This is information set A, B. The golden rule about intervals is always use the start and the very start. So now we're going to go for the first 2t seconds. So the first 2t seconds. And what we get for the first 2t seconds is u still equals u. V equals I don't know what. A is still minus 9.8. S is now 120. T equals 2t. Okay. The whole point of this question is it wants us to find out what u is, isn't it? So if you look at our information set, what formula should we use? Yeah, I'll go for ut plus a half at squared. Okay, because you have t, you have s, you have a, and you have u. Okay. So s equals ut plus a half at squared. Just going to scroll down ever so slightly. So what we have next is I'm going to do it for AB. We'll just put AB in brackets here. Okay, so we're going to go 70 meters equals UT, and this is going to be plus what's it? Half A is minus 4.9. Yeah, half gravity is minus 4.9, and that's going to be T squared. Now for AC, what we're going to have here is we're going to have 70. I say 120 equals 2UT minus 4.9 times 2t squared, which is 4t squared. Okay. Actually, I'll just put in the 2t squared. It's just easier this way. Okay, which in turn is 2ut 4 times 4.9, 19.6 minus 19.6 t squared. Okay, has anybody got any suggestions on how to finish this off? Simultaneous equation or simultaneous equation. Okay, basically the variables are the same. The ut is the same as this ut. The t squared is the same as the t squared. Okay, So it's going to be, let's try, which one do you think we should get rid of first? Okay, so let's try and get rid of these UTs first, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply the first equation, the equation AB, by -2. Okay, this one here is going to be multiplied by -2. When I multiply it by -2, we're going to get the following. 140 minus 2 UT plus 9.8 T squared. And this one here is going to be 2 UT TUT minus 19.6 T squared. Okay, so what we're going to get is basically -20. -20 equals minus 9.8 T squared, yeah? Divide 20 by 9.8. 20 divided by 9.8 is actually 100 over 49. 100 over 49 equals T squared. Therefore T is equal to plus or minus 10 over 7, but it can't be minus 10 over 7 because time can never be negative. Okay, so that's that part there. Now all we gotta do is just plug it back into our original formula. This one here will do nicely. What we can get here is 70 equals 10 over 7u, because ut is now 10 over 7u. 4.9 multiplied by 10 over 7 squared minus 4.9 multiplied by 10 over 7 squared equals 10. Okay, so we're going to get minus 10 here, and then all we got to do is bring the 10 over to the other side, and what happens there is going to become 80. 80 equals 10 over 7u, and then it's going to be 560 divided by 10, which is going to get you u equals 56 meters per second. Is that correct? Grand. Okay, and let's give it close window. Okay. For number 6, a stone is thrown vertically upwards under gravity with a speed UMS from a point 30 meters above horizontal ground. The stone hits 5 seconds later. Okay, so if you were to draw a diagram of this, you imagine you're on a ledge or cliff overlooking horizontal ground. You actually start off by throwing the stone up here. Okay, it reaches a maximum height, and then it plummets and hits the ground. Try drawing a slightly better diagram than that, but you get the point. It goes up and goes straight down, alright? So, the stone hits the ground 5 seconds later. Find the value of u, okay? So, we know total t time equals 5. We're going to u vast it. So, we know that time equals 5. U equals u. V equals A equals S equals minus 30. Can I explain the minus 30? Remember, S means displacement, not total distance travelled. If you imagine this went up 50 meters, yeah, and went down 80, the total distance travelled would be 130 meters, wouldn't it? But S actually gives you where did you finish relative to where you started. So we finished 30 meters below where we started, which means that our displacement is minus 30. We went down 30 as opposed to going up 30. Now that we know all that, it actually makes the job quite easy. We look at our available data set and we go, okay, we're looking for V, isn't it? Is that right, V? I'm just going to reread the question. Find this value of u and find the speed at which the stone hits the ground. Okay. So our first target is to find out what u is. Okay, so u is the first target. I'd recommend st equals ut plus a half at squared. Oh, sorry, s equals ut plus a half at squared. So s equals ut plus a half at squared. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to say that's minus 30. 5u minus 4.9 5 squared. So 5 squared being we're just going to multiply that out. 4.9 by 25 gives you 122.5. Bring that 122.5 over the other side, so it's going to be minus 30 plus 122.5 equals 5u, and then it's 30 divided by 5, 18.5. So u ends up to be 18.5 meters per second. Okay. The next step here is to get what v is. Okay. So v, I'll just say v equals u plus at. Easy and to the point. It hits the ground at v equals. Are we expecting? Can we predict? Are we expecting a positive or a negative answer? Huh? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. U equals 18.5 and AT minus 9.8 times 5. I do believe we're going to get negative. 10 seconds. Okay. We are going to get an answer of minus 30.5 velocity. Okay. Now, I was asked basically what's the deal with that. Basically, u is going upwards, so it has a positive value, while v is very much going downwards, which makes it a negative value. So lads, remember the sign tells you if it's travelling up or travelling down. For other questions, it'll tell you if it's travelling right or if it's travelling left. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Is that okay? Next question. We'll go 8, okay? And then we'll get off here. Okay. Everybody taken down? Okay. Question 8. Question 8. Transparent background. Now, question 8. A particle is projected vertically upwards from ground level with a velocity 70 meters per second. It is at a height 210 meters above the ground at times t1 and t2 respectively. Prove that 7t1 multiplied by t2 is 300. Okay. Particles projected vertically upwards. We know it goes up and it comes back down. We know that this here is s equals 0 at the very bottom. Terra firma, yeah. Yep. And we also know that we don't know if 210 is not the maximum height. How do I know this? 2 different times, okay? So we're just going to cut a slice off the top here. I'm going to say that that's 210 meters, okay? Okay, 210 meters, okay? Now, okay. Okay, now 210 meters. So we're just going to UVAS the situation again. So does it give us the initial velocity u? No initial velocity? 70. Final velocity, haven't got a clue. A is minus 9.8 and S is 210. T we haven't got a clue about. Okay. Once again, we're looking for time. So I recommend S equals ut plus a half at squared because it's going to give you a formula to get the times. Okay, so what we're going to get here is 210 equals 70t minus 4.9 t squared. Bring everything over one side. 4.9 t squared minus 70t equal plus 210 equals 0. That's a quadratic equation. Now, on first look at the quadratic equation, I'm sort of going, okay, I could do the minus b formula. Pretty sure I'll get it out. I'm actually going to divide. I'm going to divide all the numbers by 4.9 and see if I get lucky with that. And I get 300 over 7 if I do it for 300 over 7 for 210. 7 divided by 4.9. You can get 100 over 7. So I could potentially get this. I could get t squared. I'm just dividing across by 4.9. Now you might think, oh wait a minute, this seems to be a bit more complicated now. But all I could do there is just multiply up by 7. So I get 7t squared minus 100t plus 300 equals to 0. Now, it's better for the minus b probably because you aren't dealing with any decimals. So we'll just do a minus b formula. We won't go into the factorizing too much. A equals 7, b equals minus 100, and c equals 300. Okay, just do your minus b formula, and we can get out two answers, okay? And then I'll show you a quicker way of doing it after this, okay? Huh? Okay, so we could big X this if you want. So if you big X it, what you get? So 7t, yeah, and 30 up here or 30 down here? Here, and 10 here, minus and minus, big T here. You could do the minus b if you wanted, if you weren't too comfortable with big X. So 7t minus 30, t minus 10 equals 0. And then what you know from here is t equals 30 over 7 and t equals 10. And what we're asked to do is we're asked to prove that 7t1 by t2 is 300, yeah? Okay, so, shh. Okay, this is T1, this one's T2. Shh. It's T1, that's T2. So what you're going to get is the following. You're going to get 30 over 7 multiplied by 10. And that's T1 multiplied by T2 is going to be 300 over 7. And then cross multiply the 7 up and you're going to get 7t1 by t2 equals 300 over 7. Okay, now, oh yeah, just no 7 there, just 300, okay? Now, there's an easier way of doing this, okay? Now, if any of you guys remember this from your Leaving Cert Maths course, alpha plus beta, which is one root plus another, alpha beta, okay, alpha beta is c over a, yeah, and alpha plus beta, which is the sum of the roots, or the sum of the times, is minus b over a. A equals 7, oh sorry, b equals 100, and c equals 300. So what you can say here is alpha beta is t1 times t2. That in turn is going to be 300 over 7. Then just cross multiply the 7 up. You actually didn't even need to enter the minus b formula or even big X to do this question. It's